Okay, so what if I told you that a tiny 10-minute habit, something you do just once a week, could literally be the most powerful thing you do for your career all year? Seriously, we're about to break down a super simple Friday task that can put more money in your pocket. You know that feeling, right? That question hits you, and you just get this cold, sinking feeling in your stomach. It's performance review time. You're staring at a blank page, trying to pull your wins from months ago out of thin air. You know you were busy. You know you did great work, but the specifics? They're totally lost in a fog. And look, this is the hard truth of it all. If you can't remember the details of your amazing work, how on earth can you expect your manager to? They've got their own stuff going on. And the person who actually signs off on your raise, they have even less of a clue. It really boils down to this. You have to be your own best cheerleader. We call this whole panicked ordeal the review scramble. And honestly, it's a huge self-inflicted wound to your career. When you can't come up with concrete examples of what you've accomplished, you're basically just hoping your manager remembers and feels generous. You're asking them to go to bat for you, but you haven't given them any ammunition. It makes their job harder and, let's be real, makes your case for a raise pretty weak. But what if you could just eliminate that scramble for good? That is exactly where this brilliantly simple idea comes in, the Friday documentation system. It's a way to build an airtight case for your value, little by little, week by week, so you are never, ever caught flat-footed again. The real secret here is just how simple it is. We are not talking about some massive, new, time-consuming project. Nope, we are talking about 10 minutes at the end of your week. That's it. That's probably less time than you spent scrolling Instagram waiting for that meeting to start today. And the process itself? It's almost laughably easy. Okay, step 1, you open a doc. Or maybe an AI tool like ChatGPT. Step 2, you just do a brain dump. Get everything you did that week onto the page. No filter, no judging, just get it all out. And then, step 3, you use one very specific, very powerful prompt to turn that messy list into gold. And this right here, this is the magic wand. This is the prompt that unlocks the whole system. You see, you're not just asking for a summary of your tasks. You're specifically telling the AI to reframe everything in terms of your impact and your growth. This one little sentence is what transforms a boring to-do list into your compelling career story. This is the fundamental shift we're talking about, the real game changer. Look, anyone can list off the tasks they did, but the people who get ahead, the ones who get noticed, they talk about their impact. This whole system is designed to help you make that leap, and to do it easily and consistently. Just look at this example. It shows the transformation perfectly. I updated the client database. Okay, fine. It's forgettable. But the after version, that is powerful. It's got a hard number, a 40% reduction in time. It shows real business value, preventing expensive errors. That is the kind of language that makes people sit up and take notice. By doing this for just 10 minutes every single Friday, you're slowly but surely building a personal career toolkit. So when your review pops up in the calendar, you're not scrambling, you're just curating your greatest hits. When it's time to negotiate your salary, you've got the receipts, the hard data. And when someone asks you what you do, you have powerful stories to tell, not just a vague job title. All right, so let's get down to it, the real payoff. What do you actually get back from this tiny weekly investment of your time? Because it's not just about feeling a little more organized. It is about real, tangible results. I mean, the difference is pretty stark. Without solid proof of your value, you might get that standard, 2% cost of living bump. But when you walk into that meeting with a document full of your quantified wins, well, now you're in a position to argue for a much bigger 5% merit-based raise. And to put that in real-world terms, on a, say, $60,000 salary, that 3-point difference is an extra $1,800 in your bank account every single year. And think about it, that number compounds over your whole career. We are not talking about small potatoes here. So let's just connect the dots. You invest 520 minutes a year. That's 10 minutes a week for 52 weeks, and your potential return is thousands of dollars. That is an absolutely insane return on your investment. It might just be the highest leverage professional habit you could ever possibly build. But beyond all the money, there's a deeper payoff here, something more profound. It's the change in how you see yourself. You go from feeling like, yeah, I work hard, but I can't really explain what I do, to knowing with total certainty the value you bring to the table. And that confidence, that changes everything. And you have to understand, this isn't just about acing one performance review. This habit fundamentally changes how you show up in every professional conversation. We're talking job interviews, project meetings, salary talks. You start operating from a place of solid, documented confidence. So that really just leaves us with one final thought. Every single week, whether you realize it or not, you are writing the story of your career. This little system just makes sure you're actually capturing it. So the only question left is, this coming Friday, what story will your document start to tell?